Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I'm your host, Juliette Clark, and today we have another training, and this training with Fran Asaro again, which was the most looked at video and the biggest training we've had people show up to ever the last time she was here. So I know a lot of people are really invested in YouTube and figuring out what to do, how to use it, and how they can really optimize it. And I'm excited today because Fran knows a lot about making money with it. So, she can probably show us some things. We had some ideas that we tossed around in December and we didn't do them. But I think, Amanda, I think you're talking to Fran about doing what we talked about to keep people on the channel. So before we get started, I want to remind you all to go grab your copy of Breakthrough Author Magazine. breakthroughauthormagazine.com. Number 2 thing on the agenda, in April, we are teaching an AI class for authors. And no, it's not to write your book with AI because we never want to do that. But it is more about how can you streamline content? How can you grab from one AI, put into the next AI, and get your copy, your video clips, your just all along, and then keep it all in Notion so that your VA or yourself can streamline your content calendar. So we're going to introduce you to some new AI platforms to help you get keywords, all sorts of really good stuff that'll be easy to use once you guys see how to use it, how to chunk it, how to speak to it, because you have to remember, you're not learning from it. You're training it. So that's coming up. If that's something that interests you, send me an email. We don't have a landing page up yet. Juliette@superbrandpublishing.com. 4-week course. The cost for the course is $14.97. So, and I haven't decided, but I think all of you pretty much are my clients. So, hit me up for a discount. I haven't decided if I'm going to give you guys a discount or not yet. But if you all come at me at once and say, we are demanding it, I will do it. Okay. Today's guest is Fran Asaro. And Fran is a YouTube mentor and strategist for mature creators. Want to make sure everybody, can I see your face? Are we all mature? Yes, we all look so young, so young today. Okay. She also shares how to optimize and monetize your YouTube channels. And she's the founder of the Senior Tuber community that helps both professional and hobbyists leave their gifts and legacy on YouTube. So Fran, welcome. You can see we have a pretty good audience here again today. Yes. You're so popular, young lady. Are you going to mean girl us?
It's funny because I thought I killed everybody during one of those podcasts because I gave a lot of information and everybody had the deer in the headlights look, and there weren't any questions at the end, and I couldn't have been that thorough. I think I just scared everybody. So it was just
great. Sure you did. This is one of those areas where there are so many little things. I know from my own experience that there's so many little things. It is overwhelming. It's like, did I do that? Did I do that? How do I do, there's just a lot of tiny little things that can be done to optimize. So take it away. It's all yours.
Okay, great. So thank you, first of all, for inviting me, Juliette. This is such a gift and an honor to be here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I thought maybe we would do it a little differently this time. Thank you, Linda. How are you? So we might do it a little differently. I did a PowerPoint last time, and I really like to feel connected to you. So you might see me peeking at my notes so I don't forget anything, but this way I could be with you directly. You can write any questions you have during while I'm talking, and Juliette will probably chime in and ask them for me, or you could ask them of me, or we can do some Q&A at the end. Correct, Juliette?
Yes, but you will have a Q&A.
What I want to invite you to do is make a list, to have a place to leave a list of your questions and some of the ideas that I'm going to come up with. Some are going to hit you. They're going to be like aha moments, like I didn't think of it. And other things you might be doing already, but you're not doing on YouTube. So if you can sort of like organize your thoughts so that you can just write quickly, because I talk quickly. I have a lot of information. And I want you to have it all. So you might have to play the video that when Juliette puts the podcast up, play it on slow, because I'm a New Yorker and I just talk fast. So anyway, I just wanted you to prepare for that so that if you have questions at the end, I want to answer them all for you. Now, the first thing I want to say is YouTube, I've mentioned this many times, is the second largest search engine in the world. And for me, I use YouTube as the foundation for my business. Everything I do starts at YouTube, and then it goes to my blog, to my emails, to all my social platforms. This way, I have everything housed in the place with the most access to the world. So if you're putting things out on your social platforms instead of your YouTube platforms, that's what we're going to talk about today. And that's where you may already be doing. Listen, I've seen what Julia does. I see how she trains everybody, right? So you're getting all the best information. Now I just want to invite you over to another place that might give you more coverage. How many people here have a YouTube channel already? Does everybody? Okay, and if you don't, I want to invite you to jump on. You can go to Senior Tuber Community, and we have some videos there. I also have a podcast, but it's a great place for authors. And my best friend since 7th grade is an author, and I get to watch her journey. She also has her master's in marketing. So to watch how she does her children's books is amazing. She's very creative, and that's what this is about. I'm hoping today either gives you ideas or stimulates you to be more creative and have more fun, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about some of YouTube's already set up for you opportunities to make money. You may know them already. For instance, the YouTube Partner Program, which I belong to. And the way to belong, does anybody have more than 1,000 subscribers? Okay, so the YouTube Partner Program requires you to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours every rolling 12 months. For some of you, that sounds overwhelming. And I'm here to say it doesn't have to be. Now, that gives you what, yes.
That 4,000, is that 4,000 watch time or 4,000 post video time?
Watch time hours. Okay. So what that means, thank you. So what that means, first of all, it equates to about 333 watch time hours per month. And where people are failing is to keep people on their site. YouTube has what we call algorithms. They want to keep you on the YouTube platform, as does any other social media platform. You are a microcosm of YouTube. You keep people on your platform, then they stay on your channel, then you make more money. And that's what they want you to do on their platform, but they also want you to do it so that you can make more money. Now, with the YouTube Partner Program, you get to do AdSense on your website, where anytime somebody goes to your website, you can earn money with ads. And plus, YouTube Partner Program offers things like membership opportunity, where you can have a membership for your audience, and you can have thanks buttons, where you can add a thanks at the bottom of your, an option at the bottom of your video, and when you do lives. Just like on TikTok, if you've ever been to a TikTok live, you see how people are sending all these little funny little cartoon things that represent money. Well, this is a thanks button that you could be earning money just by showing up and giving to your people. And you don't have to wait forever to get these 1,000 subscribers or to get to the 4,000 watch hours. What I want to say is shorts are probably the best way you can get there. Shorts do not give you watch time hours, but what they do is they give you the access to, it's like a buy one, get one free at the supermarket. You're getting people in, and you're inviting them to see your content that is longer version content. So if you're doing podcasts or anything else that's 15 minutes or longer, you want to let your shorts lead to your longer form video. Now, if you're doing shorts, and if you look at your video details page, your right column for shorts only will give you a recommended video option. And if you click on that, you can now attach your short to the recommended video that would give you the long form video that you want them to see. And that's how you're going to get subscribers, and you're also going to get the views. And then when they get to the long form video, then they're going to be having the watch time hours. Any questions on that? All right. So yes.
So when you say that, that's when you upload, and then it has the second screen that allows you to choose where you want to take people after that, correct?
I'm not clear on your question.
Oh, okay.
On the second screen.
On the shorts, when you upload them, the first screen you upload your video, you put the, you know, description in, and then it goes to the second screen, and that's where you can attach the card to it, correct? The other
Yeah,
video.
so
Okay.
okay, so there's two ways to upload a video. One, they give you like page by page, and you can upload your video sequentially. I just keep going next, 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 and I wait till I have the video details page. And that's where I do everything, so I can keep an eye on all the columns, and I have it, and I do it strategically. So if that's what you mean, yes. So that page, it's called the video details page, is where you will put your title, your description, your thumbnail, your playlist, your monetization, whatever you're doing. And in the right column is where you do your cards, your end screens, and that recommended video. Okay, you cannot access that feature from a long form video, but from the shorts, you can go to any video. You can do any video as a recommended video. Okay. Now, one of the things that you want to know is when you belong to a YouTube partner program, and I know you don't belong there now, but I want you to know it's very quick. If you were out there doing shorts, leading them through playlists, that you also have access to having a shop where you can have merchandise. And if there's anything in your book that has something repetitive, a famous saying or something that you want to do, you can put it out there. So I have senior tuber t-shirts and senior tuber tote bags and things like that, and hoodies. If there's something that there's a quote about you or your title, you could put in there, and you could either be sending them out as gifts or have contests for them where people can be have the opportunity to win. Now you're saying, well, but how's this making me money, right? We're getting there. One is to keep engagement going. We need people to be a part of this, this energy that you're trying to create, a community. And like one of the things is this, to have sponsors, right? And you think, well, I'm not a YouTube partner, I can't have sponsors. But you could have sponsors with very few subscribers. It just won't be through the YouTube partner program. There are sponsors out there that would sponsor you for a couple of 100 to 500 subscribers because you have good engagement. So if you're doing your videos right and you're optimizing them correctly, and they can see that you're getting a lot of activity, people are commenting and they're asking questions and you're staying engaged with them, then sponsors may approach you. But guess what? There's also sponsor programs, which I'm going to ask Juliet to post in the body when it comes time. There are sponsorship links where you can go and approach them. One of them is a YouTube related sponsorship program, YouTube Brand Connect, where you actually go and choose the sponsor you want, that you don't have to wait for somebody to approach you. And then there's Art Brief and Scrunch. And I don't know much about them, but those are other sponsorship programs. Okay, so let's go back to playlists. We're talking about playlists. And again, we're trying to create a flow so that your people are engaged. And then the more people you have, the more people who are going to buy your stuff. Then we're going to talk about other ways to make money. But right now, we need people to see you, to buy it. So if you only had 5 people come to view your page, then how are you going to sell what you want to sell? But if 1,000 people came, it's a better chance, right? So imagine that you have your playlist. You go ahead and you decide you're going to read your book on YouTube, maybe chapter by chapter, page by page, whatever it is you do, and you add one video for each section you decide you're going to do. You create a playlist with the book, call the playlist reading, you reading the book. Now, what you have there is the opportunity to get watch time hours, because when you share the playlist link, every video has 2 links. One, you could go into your content, look for the link, and I call it the short link. That is just going to take you to the video, and the right column on YouTube is going to suggest other videos to your viewers. Anything they think your viewer will get, it's going to be specific to them. However, if you go to your home page on your channel and there's a playlist tab, and if you click on the playlist tab and choose the playlist you want, then click on the video you want to share, there's now a long form URL. That is your playlist URL. And when you post that and you share that, what now shows up is in the right-hand column are all your playlist videos. So what happens is when people go into your first video that you share, they're now more inclined to click on the other videos, or even if they walked out of the room, they're just going to automatically play. And then you're going to start building watch time hours like crazy. So you definitely want to create playlists that are enticing for people to do. You can share the playlist link, or you can share the link to the video, whichever you want to do. But playlists are very important. And you can choose more than one playlist when you're uploading a video. So if you think it fits under interviews and podcasts, you can put it under 2 different types of playlists, whichever feels better for you. Another thing you get with YouTube Partner Program is you get a membership option. Now, you don't have to be a YouTube partner to have a membership. You can have one anywhere. I have one on YouTube so that anybody who sees my videos automatically knows about my membership program. And there's several ways that YouTube promotes it for you. And you could have several levels there, and people, you could, my first level is 99 cents just to get on the email list and to get some discounts. So you can get people in very inexpensively, but it's going to promote people to want to be with you. And that's what we want to do. We want them to fall in love with you. And we want you to have fans, raving fans who are going to be talking about you. So in these memberships, like I said, you can create a fan club or a loyalty program. People who could have access to exclusive content or early book releases, or have VIP experiences with you, like meet and greets or getting signed copies. Another thing, these are things that I discussed in the Optimizing Your Video podcast. So some of these I won't go into detail with. I'm just going to give you a brief version of it. But you can ask Juliet or go back to her original video. I think it was in September, Juliet. But in your description, if you utilize your description, you're going to have a different result than if you don't. Now, your description has the first 3 lines of a description will show up before the more button shows up when the viewer is looking. And if they don't click the more button, they will never see what's below it. So your first 2 or 3 lines in your description are vital. That's where you want to put your call to action, whether it's your book, whether it's your, whatever it is you're sharing, whether it's your opt-in, if it's a PDF, whatever it is, that's where you want to put it. And then you always want to put the title of your video as the next line without a space. And then you could even explain the video, but the title is part of the optimization of your video. Okay. Another thing is, okay, I already said that. The thumbnails. Let me step back a second. If you're not getting views, anybody having trouble getting views, actually getting people there? Okay. If you're not getting views, Linda, what happens is 3 things. That's all it is. Your thumbnail is not attracting them. Your title is not attracting them, or your tags are not attracting them. That's the only reason they're not coming to you. If you're getting views, but they're not staying on your video, then your video hasn't been optimized. And that's a whole nother podcast if Juliet wants to have me back. But right now we're talking about, that's not, you don't have to, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Linda. But anyway, so your thumbnail, 3 things to know. You want to be on the thumbnail, at least you or somebody that looks animated, pointing, laughing, doing something goofy, upside down, whatever it is. So when you're making a video, here's a secret. All you want to do is keep the video running a little bit longer and strike some poses, and then cut it off later and turn them into, still shots, and then use them for some of your promotion, because people want to see you. But if you're not going to use you, if you like having a faceless channel, which is very common, then all you want to do is put somebody else or something funny on there. The other thing is you want to have contrast. If you have your own brand colors, make sure you use the most contrasting of them. Purple and yellow, black and white, black, white, and red, something that is bold and is going to stand out. If you want to create a template for your thumbnail and then just replace the title of the video each time, that's okay. You try to mix it up a little bit, but you can have them where somebody says, oh, no, that's Juliet's. I can tell right away. And the next thing is the thing that people are really losing out on. And that is the languaging that you put on the thumbnail has got to be short and sweet. So very bold, very big as you can make it, and it should not be more than a couple of words. It should be the teaser to have them look at the title. So if you went in today and you looked up the title of your book or somebody, the subject of your book, and you're scrolling, you're going to see a thumbnail and you're going to see a title. If they see the thumbnail and it looks really interesting and enticing, they're going to go to the title and then they're going to click. And that's what you're trying to do. You need to get them romanced, right? So I'd say if your first thing, if you're not getting views, is learn how to, or get somebody to make you these great thumbnails and make you the great titles. And I use a program that helps with AI getting you, it evaluates your thumbnails and your titles. And we could talk about that later. It's like $50 a year, but if you're under 1,000 subscribers, it's like $26 a year. So I'll have Juliet, if you don't mind, we'll share that link to TubeBuddy. Okay, I'll give you my link later. Okay, and the third thing with the tags, you need to reach your audience. Your audience, and YouTube needs to know your audience. So here's the thing. If you are precise enough when you put up a video, YouTube's going to know who you're trying to reach, and they're going to help you. They want you to make money. They want you to succeed. They need you to succeed. But they can't if you don't put any tags in or any titles, and they don't know who you want to reach. So if you go into the tags and you start speaking to your audience, what are they searching for? And you may not know. That's where we can maybe talk one time, but if you go into TubeBuddy, or if you learn how to look up keywords through several things, or go into answerthepublic.com, some of those places are telling you what your people are looking for. Just go to Google and go to the bottom and see what people are searching for when you put in a topic. That will really help you put tags in. Long form keywords usually work best because people, if you put in the word love, you're going to get lost among millions and millions of people who put the keyword love. But if you put, how do you love yourself after something, then those people are going to find you because they fit that bill. So you definitely want to make your keywords very specific to your audience. If a lot of people think the more general, the better, but it's not true. They want you to be very specific, and then you're going to attract the right people. I always use, I'm a big John Travolta fan, so I always say, don't put John Travolta's name in the tag expecting to get more views because anybody who's looking for John Travolta, right? Because YouTube is going to notice that it has nothing to do with your title or your description or any other video that you've ever done, and you're going to be considered spam. So you want to make sure that your title and the tags match. So you might just copy your title and copy it right into the tags as you do in the description, okay? Another thing that people fail to do that is so important is that you have the option of putting those two videos in. It's the featured video and the channel trailer video. I recommend that you have the channel trailer is for people who haven't subscribed yet. I recommend that you do that for a 2-minute, 1 to 3 minute max video that is speaking to your audience, not promoting you. So don't say, hi, I'm Fran Asaro with Senior Tuber. No, don't waste that time. Say, listen, so what I say, if you're a mature person and you're interested in having a YouTube channel and you don't know how to do it and you want to be part of a community and you want to learn, then subscribe, right? So that's what I have on mine. So have it so that you're inviting people. They're going to recognize themselves as soon as they get there. Same thing with your About Me page. Same thing with your banner. Don't let your banner say Fran Asaro, and then the About Me said, hi, I'm Fran Asaro, and then have the channel be called Fran Asaro. It's overkill. That's real estate. It's free real estate. You want to make sure you use it for the right thing. So you might have, so I have, promoting Senior Tuber, but then I might have something else for the About Me and different thing for the titles, different thing for the channel name. The other video is for when people return. So once they subscribe, it's called the feature video, and they come back and you get to decide if you want to keep this as a set and forget video, or if you want to change it as you change. So if you're having a special this week, you could change that video. Hey, welcome back. While you're here, just remember we have a new podcast out. Take a look, as long as you're loyal enough to change it when you need to. Okay? Any questions so far? I'm about to go into some of the different things, but I just want to see, this is basically what YouTube offers. The About Me page, like I said, your banner and your tags are really going to have to speak to your audience. That's what you want to remember. Don't promote yourself, attract your audience, right? That's the difference between a feature and a benefit. You probably all heard that term. You don't want to give the feature of what you're offering. You want to give the benefits. What are you solving for somebody, whether they want to be entertained or taught or inspired? That's what you want to speak to. Okay. So here's some of the things I want to suggest. First of all, lead generation. If you're already doing it, you probably are. What about doing it on YouTube? So do you have your opt-in information in your description? That's wonderful. And are you hosting live events on YouTube? That's wonderful. Then you want to put that in there. You have a podcast. Yes.
The second video you just talked about, Beth wants to know what's it called and where does it go again?
The second video. Okay, so if you go into your YouTube studio, thanks, Beth. You go into YouTube studio and then you go to the left column and there's going to be a section called customization. And then right on top, you're going to see two boxes. If you don't have anything there, I think it's just going to show two boxes. One's going to say the trailer video for non-subscribers, and the next one's going to say featured video for subscribers. I don't know exactly what it's going to say. And so once you put it there, you could use an existing video, but I prefer that you don't. Definitely don't put a podcast there. Imagine that you go to somebody's site and you want to learn about them. You don't want to watch a 1-hour video. You want to make it short. You want to welcome them into your home, make them feel like how you would want if you met your ideal person. That's how you want to do. Welcome them in friendly and warm and love all over them. And then the featured one, like we were just talking about, Beth, is the one that you can change all of them anytime you want, but that's the one you could change for your audience. That's already a part of your audience. Those people who are going to be notified every time you put up a video, that's something you'll want to speak to them and change if you do want, but you don't have to. I haven't changed mine in months, but maybe one day I will do it regularly. Okay. Was there anything else, Julia?
That was it.
Okay. So anyway, some of the things that we talk about that you might be doing already, but you haven't done on YouTube. Private sessions. Are you offering private sessions related to the book? Maybe you have a book that's how-to or it has secrets. You're welcome, Beth. So if you have something already out there and you're sharing about it, you're on LinkedIn telling about it, does YouTube know about it? Like, is it in your description? And better yet, is there a video about it? And it's not supposed to be a sales video. Maybe it's a testimonial from somebody who's already done it with you. You had a private session with you or a group session with you. And you just want to have a video so that it's open to the world. Remember, a video that is optimized with the right tags, right thumbnail, it's going to be exposed to anybody who's looking for what you have to offer. So if you're offering, let's say, energy healing, then there should be a video that you're offering that to people and how they could contact you and what it's like and what they can expect. All right. Never put anything that's dated unless you're going to pull it down. So keep your videos evergreen as much as possible. So another thing you might be doing is having digital products out there or classes. You may be doing it in the description. At the very least, it should be in the description with links, right? But what about talking about it on a video and taking those videos not only on YouTube? This is where you get to multi-purpose and leverage your YouTube channel, is start putting those videos, anything new that you have going on, create it for the world, and then create it for your blog, and then insert it into your newsletter, put it into your social media channels, turn it into shorts, all those things. One video that you might do a month, or one long podcast could bring you in 20 or 30 shorts, and you could be posting every day with this one long form video. So it's not as hard as it seems, but I will tell you, when you master your channel, I mean, really, if you have a website and you're going to throw something up there hoping that people will find it, it's not as likely as if you have it SEO optimized, right? Well, YouTube's the same way. YouTube channel, people might find it going to be a lot harder. Why would you want to make it harder on your audience? If you need an audience, then why not make it easy for them? Pave the path for them to get to you. So anything, here's the question I would like you to write down. Can this be optimized on YouTube? Would this work for me on YouTube? And so whatever you're doing, could I do this on YouTube? Could I do a live stream on YouTube about this? Could I have a membership? Could I put this piece that I'm putting out there? Could I put that on YouTube? And that's what maybe would help you. Okay, so I have a lot more on sponsorship, but we're not going to go over that today because I have a feeling. How am I doing on time, Juliet? Oh, you're in.
15 more minutes.
Okay, I think I could do it. I think. All right, so more on lead generation. Whatever you're doing for lead generation, you want to do on YouTube. Now, off the beaten path, just some things that are not YouTube related, but you might be doing somewhere else, or ideas that you could do on YouTube. For one, offer to guest host a book club. There are so many book clubs on YouTube. Contact those people and say, I have a book out. Would you like to do that? I'll show up at your book club, and you decide whatever your terms are. I could show up for the first and the last one. I could be there every week, whatever you want, but host a book club, and you could either provide the books or they can buy the books. But are you out there on YouTube with their clubs? Those people probably have a lot bigger audience, and then you capitalize on that because they're going to promote you. So, and then all their people who come to the book club are going to promote you. Another thing is record and share events like book signings and engage in anything that engages your audience. So make a recording of it. You may not use it all. So if you keep your video on when you're doing a book signing, then just record even just a little bit, and you could be a 30-second video. Here I am here. Come join me next week or whatever you want. Have an event calendar where people could find you. As I said, you probably do this already, but maybe not on YouTube. Ask for the video testimonials, as I said, and then post them on there, and then create a playlist of testimonials so people can actually find them all in one place. Okay. If you're offering book bundles or special editions or additional chapters, limited editions, signed copies, those are some of the things you can also make videos about if you have those offered. Anybody who signs up for this today will get that, or just offer it any other time. Here's another thing. You can interview anybody you want on your channel, and this doesn't have to be live, so you can always do it and edit it and put it back up. But imagine interviewing some of your audience, some of your readers, letting them talk about it with you, or interviewing other authors that you know and you want to support them. It'd be a great network if all the authors could take on interviewing each other and then posting and utilizing everybody's audience. Another thing is anybody who published your book, that might be somebody you want to interview, and then you'd be promoting your publisher. And you can endorse your book anytime you want. So whatever you want to do with, I don't know, if you can think of it, I want to hear of it. Who else could you interview, right? We were talking about contests just a little bit ago, but if you had a contest where you promote engagement again, and for anybody who signs up gets an entry into a contest, or enter the contest and be eligible to win a private call with you or a signed copy, or they have more access to asking questions. So, or they can choose to be involved in the next book. So you could actually have contests for people. And you also can host paid workshops where you might bring people in, and whatever it is, if you're teaching something in your book, then teach it in a workshop. And if you already have a digital program or a live program or a virtual program, then video record some of it, or ask people permission, of course, and then go ahead and charge for it. That's money right now, because it doesn't always have to be about your book. I'm sure you already know that. Your book is going to lead you, is going to be a business card anywhere you go, and it's going to be great. But this is something that there's so many other things besides your book that you could be making money on. So for me, I have private sessions I do with people. I have a membership. I have a podcast. In the middle of rebuilding some digital products. I'm an affiliate marketer. I know Juliet's not a big affiliate marketer person, but if you have something that is directly related that you're using, you might want to consider being an affiliate marketer. I mean, I collect several $100s a month just from being an affiliate marketer. So you can do some of these things to make money. You have to find the one that feels right for you. Another thing is if you have anything like themed subscription boxes where people could be a part of your membership and they have that, interactive journals, having a journal for your book and creating that's your merchandise. And people, there's somebody out there who's going through the Bible. She has a Bible study on YouTube. She was doing great just like that. Then she started creating journals, and she recreated them for each person different. So there will be one for kids and one for men and one for women. And she's doing a crazy business on the journals for her YouTube channel. So there's always something you can do that would leverage your book and what you know, because what you know is encompassed in that book and you want to let it out. You want to give some of it away. Okay. So I think I'm going to stop there because I think it's a lot. I want to ask questions now. And I want to also know what you're doing that you might want to share with other people so that we could share together. I want to know. I'm going to tell everybody about it if you tell me.
Christine has recently appeared, Christine Silverstein, on 2 television shows to help people, kids and gun violence. And Jeff is wanting to know, Jeff is her VA a la husband, wants to know how he can get out there and promote those videos to more people.
Great question, Jeff. So there's a couple of things you can do. One is you can create shorts, 1 minute or less, called a clip. You go into a video, anybody's video, and you have to click, I think, a more button or something like that, and it's a clipping. And you can go ahead and clip the video and the part that you want, and it gets its own link that will link to the video. You don't have to do any description. You don't have to do any optimizing. It's just a clip. You could also take the link. This is what I do, is I take the link to any of my outside podcasts, and I created a playlist on my YouTube channel for all my other podcasts outside of my own. And this way people will see them there. And then you can also ask permission to use shorts from there and create shorts, any special moments, but you do want permission from everybody.
Yeah, and Jeff, I taught you how to use Opus. So using Opus as well. And now when I'm on somebody else's podcast or television show, I ask them if I can have the recording, if they'd be okay with me running Opus clips as well. So that could be an additional area where you could take somebody else's content. Nobody has said no to me yet. Because who doesn't want their content spread all over the place?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, so but do get their permission, because technically, like if you were on my podcast, the IP belongs to me, the intellectual property. So
Yes.
be sure you get their permission.
And there is a place when you upload a video where you could say other people can use your content. And I always say, let them use it. I want them to. But if they haven't, you can contact them if you want to do that as well. So here's something you want to do. You want to go into ChatGPT, or since you're an author, you can probably write better than I can. Go into ChatGPT and say, create a permission letter for people so that I can use some of their content. And then have you people sign it and put all the details that you think they'll need to have it numbered, outlined with headings, and ChatGPT will do all of that. You can have it put into a spreadsheet. You can have it put into a numbered form, whatever way you want them to do it. I hope that helps.
Yeah, Jeff wants to know how to clip, although I would rather see him use Opus than the clip, because he gets transcription and he can drop the transcription into other programs. So
the reason why it's a clip, though, the only reason why is because it will take it back to the original video, and it's so much quicker. You can go in there and say, okay, I want this, boom, and you send it off. It's like done in a minute. It's for just a very quick share. If you're going to be saving it, that might be harder. Yes, Linda? I'm sorry. You're muted.
You're muted, Linda. Real quickly, does the clip function transcribe?
I don't know. I'll have to check it. I'll get back with you.
That's the key when you're really doing, well, I think it's the key, because I can repurpose.
Yeah.
So Fran, where is the clip function on YouTube?
Under each video, if the people have allowed it, it's going to show. I'm going to try to pull it up. For some reason, I can't get my YouTube up. Let me just go to YouTube here. But anyway, while I'm looking, Linda, does anybody else have a question? And I'll see if I can get that answer before we get going.
I'd like to say that I'm amazed at all the possibilities on YouTube. I didn't realize how fertile it is.
Yeah, Linda, I don't know everything. This is just what I know. I mean, there's a lot out there. So yeah, it's amazing. Anything you could put on social media, put it on YouTube first, so this way you could share it. Okay, so on this particular one I'm looking for, you know what, Juliet, it might have been the video I just opened up to find the clip. So maybe.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I know all of your.
I see her looking, and I just realized what it was. I wasn't going to tell her, but I think I don't want her to look like that throughout the rest of the podcast. Let me show you what this looks like. Can I share?
You can.
Okay. Did you say I can?
You can. You
Okay. All right, so let me just show you. It's not always going to be like this, but right here, it says clip. And Linda, sometimes it's going to be up these 3 dots, right? So you hit clip.
So you're looking at 30, 40,000 a month.
That's who was
I
speaking.
got my commission.
So you can go over here and then you could, let me just mute it. You can go here and you could pick your clip up to a minute. And when you do, let's pick something here. It's not saying share yet. I don't know what I didn't do yet. Add a title. Okay. So that's a test title. Now we can share the clip and it comes into where you share it. It has a copy here and you don't have any editing privileges that I know of, Juliet. So you copy it, you send it to whoever you want. And this is what it would show up like. It says it's a clip. And there it is. Watch full video shows up and sharing the clip if you want to. Okay? Any other questions? Did that answer? Oh, Linda, you're on mute.
Yes,
did you
thank
say?
you both, Fran and Juliet. For that.
Okay.
Can I ask how you would leverage that using the clip function? Like, what would you, if I've already, like, let's say I've already created reels with it before or something like that, or I pulled it out, what is the best thing to do with those clips?
Based on whether it's your clip or somebody else's, I popped into one of my clients' podcasts last week. And as soon as I popped in, he acknowledged me and said, "Hey, it's my homegirl." And I just was so excited. So I went and I took that clip and I said, "Yeah, look at me, I'm a homegirl." Like I just, I sent it out on my Facebook page, right? It was just for fun and everybody enjoyed it. It could be something like, look at this. If you're sending it to somebody you're trying to teach something to, look at this. This is how you do this. You could use it for a teachable moment, or you could use it for a social media moment. You can use it for sharing a proud moment. Anybody else can think of a reason they would clip?
That's really
Marketing.
helpful.
I'm sorry?
I just said that's super helpful. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks, Beth. Anybody come up with something you want to share with us? Yes, Julia?
Share, because I think Amanda's talking to you about this, and this might be something Amber wants to do as well. You and I had discussed keeping people on the channel over the holidays, and I was actually going to read one of my old fiction novels, because if I read it by chapter, people would go from video to video to video, because I do that a lot. I sit here and I'll listen to, there's one person who has a 3-hour show that if I have a break, I'll listen to. So what do you think of that sort of thing? Like, if you're not in a position where you can do an audiobook and somebody is willing to go from video to video, if you're trying to monetize, would you do that just to get that monetization?
Absolutely. Even not even just for monetization, just for engagement to attach to your audience. So if you say, okay, this month is going to be chapter 1 of my, you could give it anything. This month is National Women's Month, and we're going to do something about women every day. It doesn't even have to be your book. It could be theme related, and you could put something out every day. If you're going to pre-plan and you're going to go all the way into June, and you could say, this is what June is about, and you could have a video every day or once a week or whatever it is. So keep people coming back for more, which is a secret that we're not going into the whole thing. But when you're making a video, never saying goodbye in your video, always inviting them to watch the next video. And if you have a series, it's going to be great. So here's number 1, stay tuned for number 2. And that's something that would keep them looking, because if you don't invite them to stay, they're going somewhere else to either get more of what you're sharing or to another topic. Why not have your end screens, your cards, and even you promote what's next? So like any trailer, like whenever a video ends, a show ends on Netflix, there's always stay tuned for episode 3. There's always that teaser, the trailer. You're in that business now. Now, it sounds like a lot, but it's all it is fun when you learn it, okay? You're staying in the conversation. That's why I have this membership group. We meet every week. It's just a few of us right now. Haven't told anybody about it. Oops. And so we get together and we ask our questions and we stay motivated together and we stay crazy together and we bring in details like this to help.
Yeah, I think the answer to what Jeff has is yes. Can you create a playlist from individual videos that have already been posted? I have, so I know you can.
Yes, you can. You can do a lot to your when you first put out a video, it's very important that it's completely optimized before you let it go public, right? That gives you YouTube wants to see what kind of landing you have. Okay, in your first hour, you have this amount of views, you got this amount of people who watch it this long, and they get to see how powerful you launch. But let's face it, after that first few hours, it's going to be going on there for years. One of my videos has over 200,000 views, and it didn't start in the first 2 years at all. It started later on. So if you want to go and optimize any videos or put them into playlists and start sharing them, there's nothing wrong with repurposing, especially if it's a topic you love or they already have some leverage. So your options, if there's something that has already worked for you, is keep promoting it. Put your call to action on all of your best performing videos. Very important. And so if it's been a good performer, or if it's something, a discussion that you like, then definitely repurpose it. Make a new video about it. So if you had something that was a long form video, you might want to make it short. Or if you put something out there short, then you might want to make it a long form or just a whole nother version of the same thing because people obviously wanted it. I have one video before I knew how to have a niche, because I was a failure at YouTube for 10 years. And one of my videos was how to put a bullet inside of a sentence, right? That video has thousands and thousands of views and has brought me a lot of money. I should make another one. Like, so I started making little ones, you know, before I learned to do my YouTube channel with a more accurate and precise niche. So whatever's working, go ahead and duplicate it.
Cool. Okay, we have to wrap it up, guys. One
can I
more
ask a question?
Linda,
Yeah.
and then could you tell us about TubeBuddy when Linda's done?
Yes.
So I had a question. If I were to read my book chapter by chapter on YouTube, would that not interfere with it being on Audible or put on an audio program to be sold?
Hold
Well,
on.
go ahead.
Hold
I
on.
was going to say, Julia probably knows that one.
If you're going to do Audible, don't read it over on YouTube.
Okay, that's all I
Because
wanted to.
yeah, if you're going to do that, and I know I gave you a quote this week, the audio book. So the only reason you would want to do it is if it's part of an event, or if you just can't afford to do the audio book and you want to keep people on there. We actually had Merrill Chandler a couple years ago. He did his own. I don't know if he put it over on YouTube, but he used to jump on Facebook Live to his group, which was pretty big every day. And he would literally sit in a hammock with a cocktail and read a chapter. And that guy got more followers on Facebook. And I don't see any reason when he was doing that why he couldn't go over and put those up on YouTube. But he did that every single day, and was a financial book. So it really was a book that would have probably been harder to get through had you not, had something fun and engaging to do with it.
Right. So that's if you're not recommending that Linda reads it, what about commentary, Linda? What if you take sentences of the book and then share it with people? Say, this is some of the questions I'm getting, or this is how I want to elaborate, or let me tell you a funny story about this. People love to know you. They always say that if you want, this is a terribly sexist thing to say, but if you're a sports enthusiast and you want your partner to watch with you and they don't, if it's a female, typically if you tell them about the team, that the woman's more involved when she knows about the team. Remember that guy? I told you this and this. And they go, oh yeah. And they sit down and they watch. That's me. I like to know. I like to be engaged. And then I watch the whole football game, right? So it's the same thing with you, Linda. The more they know about you, the more they're going to listen for you. They're going to share about you. Oh, by the way, she wrote this book and she told this story about how it all got started, and people love your story. So the more, and I'm sure you have a lot. I'm sure you all have a huge story. What led up to you writing the book?
Yeah. And here, you guys know I'm a big proponent of watch the news you like, watch the news you don't like. Look for that little nugget. You may be able to take something on which network. Let's say CNN says something and you think, well, that's a bunch of garbage. Open up your video and say, hey, I saw the CNN interview, and I have to tell you, I disagree, and this is why I disagree. And you can get more of these ideas in my new book. So there are always areas where you can just open up your video and talk about something that's relevant, something that you agree with, disagree with, expand on ideas. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do there. And I think Christine just learned that from the gun violence. There are channels that really promote that. There are channels that are more into gun ownership. So look at all of it and decide, can I just open up and talk for 2 or 3 minutes or, 10 minutes, whatever it is, about that particular content because I'm an expert or, I disagree with this expert. One quick, I want to give something to Amber because Amber has a fiction novel out called Bliss Creek. It's a little harder with fiction. So if you're doing fiction, somebody like Amber, and I think she's going to go over and do this, have your characters made over on Fiverr. There's people over there that are mid-journey. You can have those things made. You can have them animated sometimes. Talk about your character. How did you build it? Why did you build it? How is this character important to the story? So even if you're not an expert in something, but you're a fiction author, there are ways to get people excited about your characters. And that's the hardest thing with fiction. I mean, when we're an expert, we know our stuff. When you're writing a fiction novel, you have to not only get people invested in the story, but in the characters as well. So there's lots of room there for fiction authors to do that as well.
Imagine saying that here's the love scene, or this is this scene, the restaurant scene, and having a little snippet of the characters in there, and then people would see it from the book, a little scene from the book. And you were talking about reaction videos. That's the term for the videos you were sharing, that if you go to the news or somebody else's video and you're going to commentate on that, then you want to, first of all, you need to know it is one of the most popular types of videos out. Commenting on it, doing a reaction video, doing a comparison, this versus that, testimonials. People look this stuff up, unboxing kind of thing. So yeah, that's a great idea to do the commentary.
Yeah, or even critiquing your industry. That's how I got where I'm at. Is I started out an industry rebel because I was in the publishing industry, and then I saw the self-publishing and I was like, what a crappy business model. So I spent the first 3 years tearing down some of that. Why are you paying? Why are you giving royalties to your publisher when you paid your publisher to publish your book? There were silly things like that people didn't realize. So you can definitely do that as well.
If you're a disruptor, though, you have to make sure you're prepared. If you're a disruptor, you're going to get disruptor lovers. Okay,
the trolls are.
I don't want to be a disruptor. I have enough things to deal with, but that's great though.
Yeah. So you put the TubeBuddy in the link, you guys. You probably saw when can you bring up your screen again, Fran? Real quick, when Fran brought her screen up and she was talking about right, left, when you put your video up and you saw that screen on the right, I think it's on the right, that she had, those are TubeBuddy optimization and telling you how many views you're getting and all that. So TubeBuddy can really help you with the checklists that are inside of it. So you put your Fran, you put your video in and then you go and check the checklist.
I closed it, so I'm just pulling it up.
Oh no, okay. So
so here it goes.
GoDaddy Arrow help
sharing. I closed the other link, but this is my podcast. And
okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So this is what you get with TubeBuddy. It'll tell you how many SEO scores you have, points you have there, how many tags that you put in there that are ranking. I only have 2. I should have more. And you see this one's not completely optimized. So this one has, it's missing a like on Facebook. It tells me what I'm missing. It tells me which of my tags were done correctly. It tells me I haven't, or I have put in my pinned comment with a heart on it. So it's going to give me a checklist both inside the video. So if I want to go into the edit portion, TubeBuddy will tell that on the outside where it's already published, but on the inside, it's also got anywhere you'll see this little TB and a little red box is where TubeBuddy jumps in and helps me. And it'll tell me right down here what I have and have not done to optimize. And that's really important. That's something, once you learn that, you just check it all the time. So I don't have too much that I didn't do, but you never know what you haven't done. So it just keeps me honest, I guess.
Beth has a great question. I have the $3.50. What version do you have that you just showed us,
The
Fran?
Pro, I have the Pro
You have
version.
the Pro,
That one
okay.
you can get for maybe like I said, it's probably like $26. Oh, if you're going to get it, you want to put in, it'll tell you there, but some people miss it. Put in Rising Star Buddy with no caps. It'll also tell you there if you forget, but put that in as the code so you get that 50% off if you're under 1,000
Yeah.
subscribers.
So I have the 350, and since Fran, when did we go over mine? November, December. Since then, I have doubled my YouTube audience. Not that it was that big to begin with, but I'm at least well over 100 now. And that was just in 2-3 months. So
That is fantastic news.
Yeah, and I have the not the free version, but I have the $3.50 a month version. So even a little bit here can help a lot. So Fran, thank you so much for being on the show today. You guys, TubeBuddy, go grab that from the it's TubeBuddy.com/Fran Asaro, and then use Rising Star as the discount code.
Rising Star Buddy as the discount code for 50% off. And I just put in seniortuber.com. That's not at my website, but that's where you can learn a little bit more about what I have to offer. If you're interested in getting on my podcast, there's some free things, some private sessions, and some my membership things. Just in case you want to call me, just set up a call and just let's meet. It doesn't have to be about products that I have. So I'd love to meet you and answer your questions if you have them.
Yeah, I think Beth wants to talk to you. We talked yesterday, so I'll introduce the two of you.
Okay.
As well. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you're interested in that AI course, reach out to me, because I think it'll help you guys streamline the areas of your business that need streamlining, because pretty much everybody on here, you're the rainmaker for your business. So the less you can do with the best results, the better. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you again. Bye-bye, everybody.